Back. It's been long time. I have been really busy with some personal issues, but I was getting one question a lot. Some people are finding it difficult to long, especially, and some definitely have issues with the short. But what I wanted to show here is that firstly, the rule applies that the Elliott wave count is must if you want to use the strategy. Otherwise, it's of no use. If you are not able to count Elliott wave correctly, you are just testing your luck, and it won't help you. You might get some winning trades out of luck, but if you don't know what you are doing, ultimately at the end of the day, you are going to lose it all. So I was looking at Lina. It's moving, and like I said, that I always trade those coins that show clear Elliott wave, and I always keep saying that Elliott wave has a personality. It goes very quickly in a very specific direction, up or down. So you have to understand that you don't want to trade choppy structures like this and try to force a count. Rather, you want to see a very nice impulsive move. That's where Elliott waves comes in. So it always has a personality, and with first look you will be able to count it. So without going into details, this structure is showing clearly a 5-wave structure. So if you count it, it is 1, this is low, so 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Now I here have a doubt, and whenever there is a doubt, remember that there is always a play that you can do. It is moving a lot, so even with that doubt, if we take a confirmed structure, we'll be able to trade it. Now this structure is a big structure, and I will never trade futures for this structure because this is more than 100% move if you measure it. So futures we normally do for scalping. For long-term trades you hold in spot. So this is 118% move. Of course you are not going to stay for weeks in this trade, but the thing is that we try to find some confirmed areas. Now first is, of course, definitely when we'll have a confluence that this 5-wave count is done, we'll definitely try to short it for a long term. But right now the confusion what I'm talking about is that the 5th of 5th is not showing clear 5-wave structures. So it is clear that this is 1, this is 2, this is clearly 3, a bigger move. But if this is 5, the last leg up, this is what I'm talking about. If this is 5, I can't see 5 in there. If I go down to lower time frame like 5 minutes chart or even lower like 3 minutes chart, this move up doesn't show 5-wave structures. It's clearly a 3-wave structure. So when it is a 3-wave structure, you have an element of doubt. There might be a very small 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I mean, this is quite possible, but I will not risk it, and I would rather see a 3-wave structure. So this looks like 1, 2 and 3 wave structure, not a 5-wave structure, and then it broke down. So the confusion or what you can say is the thing that is making me uncertain about this as 5 is that this might be a running flat. That means that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, there is 4 and there is 5 up there. That means a flat correction, and we know that the flat B goes beyond wave the top of wave 5 of this, and then C can go lower or can bounce from here. So whatever is the case, we have to understand that there is possibility of flat, but nevertheless we are trying to scalp it for future with leverage. So I will try to see what is happening here. So if we go down to lower time frames like 3 minute 5 minutes chart, because it is moving a lot, lower time frames are also giving you clear Elliott wave structure. You can clearly count 5 waves down are done, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is done. And now we could have longed it here, because after 5-wave structure we clearly see here, I mean 1 minute chart was even more clear. If you go down, and if you are thinking 1 minute is too small, just measure it on 1 minute chart. It's 16% move, so we can clearly catch a scalp. Now the criteria remains the same, and if you have any doubt in longing, just invert your chart. So right click, invert it, right click RSI, invert it, right click MACD, invert it. So everything is inverted, the criteria remains the same. So let me just delete this box, it is making Okay, so now let's just switch off the volume and let's try to see what is happening. So we can clearly see that this is peak is for 1, then 3 peak was higher, and wave 5 peak was lower. So RSI is showing clear divergence, and MACD wave 1, wave 3 is higher, of course, and then wave 5 is smaller. That's what we want. And now we have seen a 5 wave structure down after 1 2 3 4 and 5. The only thing I just want to see is that wave 3 is bigger than wave 1. So let's measure it roughly here and here. Wave 1 is bigger, so that means that this was a diagonal, and diagonals we know that appear in wave A or wave C, where we see this kind of structure. So this is a diagonal. This was not an impulse. So anyhow, this looks like an A. Now this 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 wave structures up, it most probably is an A because we are looking at in inverse direction, or this is 1 2 and we are going to go down for lower. I mean, this is 1, then 2, then 3 4 5, something like this. Or whatever is the case, I am trying to long it. Why long it? Because we have 1 2 3 4 5. I should have longed it here. I was not able to long it, but again I see a 5 wave structures down, that is A, and now it is going up. So what I will try to do is I will try to catch it for the next move, right? So I will try to long it, like this will be A, then B, and then C, so something like this. So this is what I'm going to catch. So let's see if we can catch our long position. So I will just invert it again now. This was just to show you that if you want to invert the charts, you can invert the RSIs, you can invert the MACD also. So in case you find any issues, you can. So now if we look at it, it is going to give us hopefully a nice long position. So I will just stay ready and take a long position. So I'll get back to you once I open up the position and show you the results. Okay, so I have just entered the long position, and also it's not a complete position, means that I will have a margin of 3 entries as usual. I always try to enter with 3 entries. So first entry is always when I feel like I should not miss it, but that's not a 100% entry. So I always give it a chance to drop or get a lower entry. So if it comes down, I will take another entry at around golden pocket ratio, because this entry what I have taken is enough. It is goes from there. Otherwise I will take the second entry for long at 0.6 fib. So that is about 0.0177 the price. So I'll just go with 0.0177. so this limit 0.0177, and I will buy it there. So this is the limit order I'm going to place here, and take profit I will take here at this area. So this is my entry. If I take profit there, that would be around 5 to 6% scalp, right? So with leverage, of course, depending on how much leverage you are using, I recommend 5 the most. So that will be about 25 to 30% profit. So I will just put my box here because I'm leaving for lunch. So I will just put my orders there. So this is the area where I will take my profit. So I will just go with 0.19 0.192 would 21, that would be good. So I'll just put my take profit at 0.1921, right? 0.1921. So just put my take profit there. Okay, so that would be around $360 profit. And also I'll be watching it on mobile, so no issues. When this entry will be taken, my entry price will go lower, of course, and then I will find an exit in case I'm wrong. That's not a problem. So I'm just leaving my office for lunch, but everything is placed there. Okay, so I'll get back to you from lunch, and as you can see, my positions got closed. So the target is hit nicely, and I can see it still is bullish. So maybe that idea of running flat is still working, that I explained earlier, although my scalp position got closed. But what I was thinking, that this could be a running flat, and then we'll get a 5. So that idea might be still working, but I will watch it closely and see if this was 1 2 and we go for the next move down. If that happens, I will definitely try to short it. But if this happens, like this turns out to be 5, then it will be a big short. That I don't the thing is that you normally try to force trades. That's the only thing that I don't want, and that's what I have been teaching you throughout this course, that don't force the trades. Now just look at this trade once again. Before I entered, after setting my take profits, I mean, just see how smooth this process went. The only reason was that the edit wave count was clear. And when you are in trouble, or when you find things difficult, that the reason is you are forcing it. You are not counting your Elliott waves. So please make sure the top priority should always be Elliott wave count. When it's clear, you trade it. Now if I start forcing it, I mean, look at this structure, and if I'm trying to force it, I would say this is 1, this is 2, right? And now where you will say 3, is this 3, is this 3? When you are not clear, don't trade it. That's the only thing you need to keep in mind. Thank you.